Good evening, Rai Suprit. So, good evening to
Very good
all.
evening, sir.
Okay. So, in the last class, we have completed till Unit 11. This is Unit 12. That is Management of Extension, Community Centered, and Co-curricular Activities. So, it is very important unit. Being the students of Master Degree in Education, as well as the B.Ed and M.Ed students, this unit is very important to understand, to know, to gather the experience, what is the extension service or extension activities in school-based or college-based teaching learning process, and what is the importance of community-centered activities and co-curricular activities. So, all the teacher being the manager must have to manage what what are the extension activities and what are the different programs, how to make a plan and engage the students in different extension activities and facilitate for getting learning of the learners. Similarly, community centered activities and co-curricular activities are to be organized to gather experience, and that should be used in the classroom context and guiding your students. So, under this, we may highlight importance of extension and community centered activities. What are the importance? If we think about the importance of extension and community centered activities, then we can discuss in present day. In present day, the activities is different from the old activities in classroom context or in school or colleges, any educational institutions. So, school or any educational institution is formed by the community, that is society, and the students who are learning in school, their attitude, their perception, their personality, their creativity should be improved in the positive way so that they can become an ideal community member. Therefore, being a teacher or being a student of MA in education or B.Ed or M.Ed program, one must have to understand what is the importance of extension activities. The very important is to get the information, to learn the skill, how to develop your communication skill, keep and develop relationship between community members, so that you can develop extension activities and involve your students organizing variety of community centered activities. Okay, this is not the principle of UGC, it is the principle of NCT, National Council of Teacher Education, University Grant Commission, and different commissions and committees who have recommended for improving the school education. They have been also giving importance and focus on the activities related to community centered and the activities related to extension activities. For example, you know what is RI? Regional Institute of Education. Under NCRT, one regional Institute of Education is established in Bhubaneswar. The B.Ed students are getting training in our college, NKCCT on Gold. There is a 1 week camp yesterday the camp was over. They came here for 7 days to involve in community activities under the guidance and supervision of their professors and faculties of RI Bhubaneswar. In between, divide 106 students are there. They divided into group and visited different communities, different villages, different areas. Meet with the public, collected data as per the assignment to make the society aware. They also perform Nikhun Natik, means awareness programs in the form of a play or drama. So variety of cultural programs they were organized in every evening. So it was so enjoyable. So a teacher or a student of education should learn what is the importance of extension activities and community centered activities, because the child lives in the community. The child lives in the community. So every day he involves or she is involving in variety of community activities like marriage ceremonies, Vratapanayana, or other fundal fires, ceremony of all the other observation, different days, festivals, as well as everyday activities of the villagers or neighbors, they are participating. They visit to the temple, worship God and Goddess, of know the importance of the variety different days. Okay, so these are the inputs to the learners. Therefore, they have to practice and learn using their own experience, so that community centered activities and extension activities is very, very important for the learners. Okay. Similarly, discovery skill, invention skill can be improved through these activities. Their own experience helps them to understand the new fact, new concept. These are the importance. They mix with the variety of people, take the opinion, and know how to develop their behavior or improve their personality and develop the relationship between the public. It also helps to use the science and technology and make conscious of the rural people and help to eradicate their blind beliefs, evil thoughts, and it helps to eradicate the illiteracy, improve the skill of literacy. Okay, plantation and social forestry activities helps them for the importance of plantation. They can understand why we should plant, what the importance of forest. Okay, so how to maintain hygiene. Before taking any food, we should wash our hand. When we use toilet, we should wash our hand. Keep neat and clean ourselves as well as our surrounding. So these are the benefits, these are the importance of these community activities of should be integrated in the educational institutions and activities of the students. So under this, if we think about the resources for extension and community centered activities, what are the resources? The very community resources are natural, mandate, and manpower resources, such as flora and fauna, production establishments, local artisans, practicing and non-practicing professionals, and educated unemployed youth. If you are the teacher, if you want to develop all these activities in your school, so you can use the resource like the local artisans. The local artists, they may be performing artists or visual art. They are very expert in performing art or visual art. Performing art means a musician who plays musical instrument and who can sing, who can dance, who can act, who can make the mimicry, who can play different type of musical instruments. They are this is known as performing art. Then another is visual art, painting, chart, map, diagram. These are visual art. The artisans who are expert in this area, in the locality, the teacher must have to invite them and they have to come to school and share their experience, teach these skills to the learners so that the learners become an artist. Similarly, another is what? Um, just I told anybody local artisans, then practicing and non practicing professionals. Some professionals are there who works with the wood or iron or any other. If practiced or not practiced, if they have skill, they have better experience and knowledge before time, you have to find out. You have to connect them to your schoolroom classroom activities. Then educated unemployed youth. If your educated unemployed youth are available in the locality and your village where the school is situated, then we have to invite them. They are sitting silently, spend the time leisurely so that they can invite to the school and they have to share their experience and knowledge they are learning before your students. So it will help. Another is educational institution resources which comprise infrastructure and knowledge based resources such as libraries. Another is laboratories, knowledge and skill. Library is very important resource. Remember it. Library is very important resource. But today, our students, even if the faculty members in school and colleges, they are very far away of the learning library books, attending the library and reading regularly the books in the library. Hona nai? Gayatri kuh. Gayatri.
I guess.
Whether the students and faculty members are very keenly interested to attend the library and learn the variety of books. What is your idea? What is your opinion? Yes? Susri Sangita, what is your opinion? Rai Suprit? Yes, share your opinion.
क्वेश्चन ଟିକେ ଆଉ ଥରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ତ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଇସୁ ପାଇଁ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉନି।
ଆଜିକାଲି କଲେଜରେ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ପଢିବା ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀ ଏବଂ ଶିକ୍ଷକ ଶିକ୍ଷୟିତ୍ରୀ ଅଧ୍ୟାପକ ପ୍ରାଧ୍ୟାପକ ମାନେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ କି ରେଗୁଲାର ଯାଇ ପାଠ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି କି? ତୁମର ଅନୁଭବ କଣ ଅଛି? What is your experience? No.
सर
No. ଯେତିକି ପଢିବା କଥା ସେତିକି ଯାଉନାହାନ୍ତି ପଢୁନାହାନ୍ତି ବିକଜ ମୋବାଇଲ ଗୁଗଲ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ became the friend. ସେଥିରେ ଭୁଲ ତଥ୍ୟ ପାଇ ମଧ୍ୟ they are presenting that before the students, and students are also preparing for their examination. A few days back, the result of staff selection board, SSB staff selection board, was published for lectureship in non-government colleges. I asked 3 or 4 students, what is your result? Everybody refused, no, so we could not click. Well, how could you prepare? Sir, YouTube देखी पाठ पढुथिलु. बोले तुम अध्यापक हबो YouTube देखी पाठ पढी के अध्यापक हबो? You see, the professors are getting more than lakhs of rupees, lakhs, not only thousand, lakhs, assistant professor, associate professor, professors. If you observe their activities, how many time they are studying, they are spending with the book. Today, maximum faculties are spending 2 or 3 hours a day, maximum 2 or 3 hours. No, a professor, an assistant professor, an associate professor must spend more than 8 to 10 hours per day. 8 to 10 hours per day with a book, attending library at home or any other using resources. Faculties are also using Google search, YouTube. No. So there is library activities. Library must be very important resource. Laboratory. For experiment, laboratory is a must. If without laboratory, a science student cannot counted as a good science student. তুমি যেতে মার্ক রাখো যেতে বড় রেজাল্ট পাও। If you are not involving yourself, participating yourself in laboratory activities in the laboratory of the college or school, so you cannot gather experience. Your knowledge cannot be sound. Another is knowledge and skill. Variety of knowledge, variety of experience gives variety of knowledge and experience. Okay, so these are the very important resources for extension and community activities. Planning and organizing extension and community centered activities is most. It is very, very important. How to plan, to organize extension activities. What extension activities you have to done, that you have to decide. According to your decision, you have to make a plan. Then give clear-cut instruction, information to your students so that the students can participate. They can enjoy. If they participate, if they enjoy, they can learn. And it will remain forever in the mind of the students. If the students understand through involvement, through active participation, the knowledge will remain forever in the mind of the students. In future, if they forget, they can recall it easily. But without understanding, without conceptual clarity, if the student remembers through rote learning formula or approach, when he or she forgets forever. They cannot recall, they cannot recognize what they learned. So what is important? Learning through rote learning approach, or gathering experience through constructive approach, which is essential? Yes, answer. Constructive approach is important. So in this context, planning is very important of both the activities. Step 1 is need of assessment. Step 2 is the preparation of resource inventory. Third is the identification of activities and resource required. What resources are required for activities? Forming teams for planning, implementation, monitoring and evaluation. So planning, organizing, executing, monitoring, evaluating. 5 steps should be followed. Under type of extension and community centered activities, one is physical activities. Every year, sports and game competitions are organized in any educational institutions. Yes or no? Respond karo. Whether in education institutions, every year there is any game and sports are organized or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yes. In every week, on Saturday morning, 2 sessions are devoted for physical activities like yoga, pranayam, exercise, etc. Yes or no? In addition to that,
Yes, sir.
every day in the game period, the students are getting scope to play. That is kabaddi, kho-kho, volleyball, football, cricket, etc. So these are physical activity. In addition to these, gardening work is there. Not only gardening work, but also physical labor. Giving importance on physical labor, physical activities, that is known as extension or community centered activities. Similarly, literacy and social awareness, जो नुखड़ नाटक ओडिया कहे आम प्रथप्रांत नाटक, that is social efforts meant for social awareness. Through social awareness program, literacy is of the public develops, and education should be rendered to each and every child. Otherwise, extension and community centered activities cannot be organized. So it is one type. Promotion of local and national culture. Who can say what is local culture and what is national culture? Anybody? What is local culture and what is national culture? କିଏ କହିପାରିବ? What
ଲୋକାଲ
is local
କଲଚର ଯୋଉଟା
culture?
ଖାଲି ଆମେ ମାନେ ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ କରିଥାଉ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ
Culture and
ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ କଲଚର ହଉଛି ଯୋଉଟା ଦେଶ ସାରା ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ କରିଥାନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉଟା ଦେଶ ସାରା ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ ହୋଇଥାଏ।
ହଁ
ରିପବ୍ଲିକ ଡେ,
ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦଉନ ଦେଶ ସାରା ନାଇଁ କଣ ସେଟା
ରିପବ୍ଲିକ ଡେ,
ହୋଲି, ଦିୱାଲି, ରିପବ୍ଲିକ ଡେ, ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ଡେ, ହୋଲି,
ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ଡେ,
ଦିୱାଲି,
ଗାନ୍ଧୀ ଜୟନ୍ତୀ, ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Gandhi Jayanti, very good. Okay. These are national culture. A local culture by state culture,
ସେ ଯେମିତି ରଜ ପର୍ବ,
very good. Rath Yatra, Raja, in South Pongal, in our Makar Sankranti. So these are different type of, okay. Acha. Then another is co-curricular activities. What is known as co-curricular activities? Who can say? What is co-curricular activities? ସୁଶ୍ରୀ ସଙ୍ଗୀତା କହିବ ଏଇଟା। ସୁଶ୍ରୀ ସଙ୍ଗୀତା,
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
tell what is co-curricular activity? ହବନି?
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍।
ଓକେ, ରାୟ ସୁପ୍ରୀତ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍। ସାର୍ କି
ହଁ
ପାଠ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଯୋଉ ଗୁଡା ରହୁଛି ଆମର କରିକୁଲାର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ ଲାଇକ୍ ଯେମିତି ଡ୍ୟାନ୍ସିଂ ରହିଲା, ସ୍ପୋର୍ଟସ ର ଯେତିକି ରହୁଛି ତାର କ୍ରାଇଟେରିଆ, ସ୍ପୋର୍ଟସ ଗୁଡା ରହୁଛି, ଯୋଗ ହଉ, ଆଉ ଯେତିକି ସବୁ ଆମର ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଯେତିକି ସବୁ କରନ୍ତି କଲଚରାଲ ଫଙ୍କସନ ହଉ, ଏଗୁଡା ସବୁ କୋ କରିକୁଲାର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜରେ ଯାଉଛି।
ଓକେ ଓକେ, ଅଭିମନ୍ୟୁ କହିବ କି? ଅଭିମନ୍ୟୁ ବିଶ୍ୱାଳ, can you share your opinion what is co-curricular activities? Yes, do you listen me, Abhimanyu Vishwal? Hello. Okay, listen. History is a curricular subject. History comes under curricular area. Yes or no? In classroom, there is a subject history. Students are learning history. Students are learning mathematics. Students are learning general science, general English, modern Indian language, Odia, in our state. Yes or no?
yes
Yes or
sir,
no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
These are curricular areas. There is a syllabus, there is a textbook, and that I have to discuss before the students. Okay. Suppose a teacher is teaching what? Na Odia. Odia is a subject, curricular area. But essay writing, story writing, debate, Odia elocution, these activities are curricular activities or co-curricular activities. What is this? Who is it? Hmm? These are co-curricular
Co-curricular.
activities. Yes. If you involve your students in essay writing competition, story writing, composing the poems, and variety of activities that I told you few seconds back, that will help to each and every learner to improve four basic skills of the Odia language, that is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Understood? Four basic skills of it helps for improving the vocabulary. The students learn how to use the words, phrases, sentence, and the learning vocabulary in different day-to-day activities. This is very important. Hello, good afternoon. I am in a online class. After 1.5 hours, I can discuss. Okay. Okay. So that I told, when we organize all these, that will help for improving the language of the Odia. Similarly, in English, in Hindi, in Sanskrit, if we learn mathematics, what we learn, if we will organize different quiz, mathematical quiz, other competitions, mathematical games, these are what? Na co-curricular activities. This will be helpful to improve the curricular area. So, curricular activity is very much important for improving curricular area and bringing holistic development of the students. If we discuss about the types of co-curricular activities, what are the different types of co-curricular activities? Under different types of co-curricular activities, we may highlight one is physiological. Physiologically, games and sports, NCC, NSS, athletic meet, these are known as physiological. Psychological interpersonal activities, co-curricular activities. What are those? Communication and social skills, confidence, team spirit, cooperation, interdependence, participation, mutual understanding, okay, debate, drama, organize different camps, seminars. These are psychological interpersonal activities. Civic and social activities to develop an understanding of rights and responsibility as a citizen, respect for democratic principles, students' council, etc. So, civic and social means one must have to understand what is his fundamental right, what is his or her responsibility as a citizen of India. ଗୋଟେ ଉଦାହରଣ ଦଉଛି, ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଶିକ୍ଷିତ. If we always want to satisfy our own interest, neglecting others' interest, can you say the individual has civic sense? Yes. जो लोक अन्यर स्वार्थ को जलांजलि दे निजर स्वार्थ हासिल करिया चाहे तार सिविल सेंस अछि बोले हमें कहिबा की? हेलो कहिबा
No, sir.
Can we say? No. Because he or she has no civic sense, social values. What are the fundamental rights? Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation. So these are there are how many fundamental rights you can say? କି କହିପାରିବ? ଜଣେ ଭାରତୀୟ ନାଗରିକର କେତୋଟି ମୌଳିକ ଅଧିକାର ରହିଛି? So this is lack of understanding on your rights and responsibility as a citizen. So as a citizen, as a resident of India, you must have to develop your civic and social values, cultural, aesthetic and recreational activities. These are to be organized to generate tolerance for our diversity in culture, beliefs, skills, abilities, etc. For example, folk and classical dance, music, poetry, art and craft. These are cultural, aesthetic and recreational activities. Another is disciplinary. To promote an understanding and respect for rules and regulations and emphasizes formation of habits for self-developmental learning. For example, scouts and guides, NCC, yoga, these are to be developed among all the learners to improve their brain power. Okay, these are the different types of co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities are related to physiological, psychological and interpersonal, civic and social, cultural, aesthetic and recreational, and disciplinary. So these are the different types. Similarly, planning and organizing co-curricular activities. So it is very important to make a plan and implement as per planning is very much essential. So every teacher doesn't know the clear-cut planning. So a teacher must have to understand and plan accordingly to organize co-curricular activities. Each co-curricular activity should be under the charge of a teacher. In a school, number of teachers are working. So co-curricular activities should be organized under the charge of a teacher. Similarly, records of all activities should be maintained. Each activity must be periodically appraised and reviewed to match the conduct in the learning outcome. Okay? Role of the teacher administrator. Role of the teacher administrator. A teacher administrator what should do? कौन करिया दरकार? A teacher administrator must make a calendar of the activity, discuss how to organize co-curricular activity, prepare an action plan for organization and proper execution of these activities, enlist the cooperation of all the teachers and allocated them responsibilities, try to get the cooperation of the local community in organization of these activities, make arrangements for necessary material for sports, art, craft and theatre, and if necessary, seek cooperation of the community of mobilizing. Evaluate these activities and how these have been organized and give suggestions for improvement in future. So these are the very simple points. You may go through it. Okay. If any doubt, you may call me, ask me any doubt if you cannot understand any part of this module. Then another important is timetable. So you know, timetable plays an important role in the life of everyone. Yes or no? When we go to school, there is a timetable. When we go to the temple, there is a timetable. When we move to anywhere else, there is a timetable. So timetable is very much helpful for each and every individual to improve his or her skill and efficiency. Okay. Under timetable, first you have to prepare a timetable. All the activities are divided as per available of the timetable and distribute among the students. Regularly the activities will be organized as per timetable. Okay, so these are the different aspects of timetable. Teacher as a manager of extension, community based and co-curricular activities. You know, I told you, teacher is a manager. Yes or no? Who is a manager? Give response. Who is a manager? Teacher is a manager. So, for success and effective implementation of all extension and co-curricular activity, teacher must possess the following attributes. What are those? Skills for planning, organizing, monitoring, and evaluating activities. Ability to improve and motivate students and community members. Competence and interest in carrying out the activities. Ability for creative problem solving. Knowledge and understanding of the community and learning ability. These are the different attributes for which success and effective implementation of extension and co-curricular activities depends upon. Where are we? You ask yourself, where are we now? Where are we? You ask yourself, where are we? କିଏ କହିପାରିବ? ସୁଶୀ ସଂହିତା କହିବଟି, where are we? Yes, where are we? କିଏ କହିପାରିବନି? ଏବେ ତମେ ମାନେ କୋଉଠି ସବୁ ଅଛ କହିଲ?
Sir, at home.
ଏବେ ତମେ ମାନେ ସବୁ
ସେ ସବୁ
କିଏ
ଘରେ
କହିଲା?
ହିଁ ଅଛୁ।
ଘରେ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଘର
sir।
କୋଉଠି? ଘର
Sir,
କୋଉଠି?
ଆରଡି।
ଆରଡି, ଭଦ୍ରକ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା sir।
ଓକେ, ଭେରି ଗୁଡ୍। ସୁଶ୍ରୀ ସଂଗୀତା?
ସାର୍ କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ା।
କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ା। ଅଭିମନ୍ୟୁ ବିଶ୍ୱାଳ? Okay. So, similarly, always ask yourself, where am I? ମୁଁ କୋଉଠି ଅଛି? ସେଠି ଉତ୍ତର ଆସିବନି ମୁଁ କେନ୍ଦ୍ରାପଡ଼ାରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଆରଡିରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଅନୁଗୁଳରେ ଅଛି। ସେଠି ଉତ୍ତର ଆସିବ ନିଜ ମନକୁ, what is my ability? Whether my performance, my ability is helpful for the students and other public or not. Okay, and how can I assist to my learners for their learning? These are the number of questions come to our mind. The process is one of the asking yourself whether you are adequately meaning your institution's specific goals. Here is an example. Step 1 is list the mandatory requirements by State Department and the University Grants Commission. What to look for? Mandatory requirements hela list any mandatory requirements currently not being met. Is there a mechanism in place of periodically monitor mandatory requirements and ensure that they are being met? Are there any new mandatory requirements about to come online? Similarly, step 2 is there, step 3 is there. Then okay. Then another, okay. Am I audible now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Whether the page is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This is curriculum planning. It is another important. In this unit 13 or unit 13 is about curriculum planning. Under this unit, we may discuss meaning and scope of curriculum. Can you say what is curriculum? Anybody who can say what is curriculum? Who can say what is curriculum? ଯାହା ଜାଣିଛ କୁହ ଟିକେ share କର. You see, right, you may note it. Curriculum is equal to curricular activities or curricular area plus co-curricular area plus SPQ. The full form of SPQ is socio-personal qualities. So again I repeat, curriculum is equal to curricular activities, co-curricular activities plus socio-personal qualities, activities related to socio-personal qualities. So curricular we know, inside the classroom we are learning history, geography, mathematics, science, English, these are curricular. In addition to this, we are organizing game and sports, art competition, debate competition. These are known as what? Co-curricular. What is SPQ? Just I am giving an example. What is SPQ? Think about the school environment. The students, the school bell is ringing, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. It is time of lunch. The students left the classroom and stand on a row for midday meal. They Some students are very showing unruly attitude while taking the midday meal standing in row. But some students are there who are very calm and quietly stand, wait till their roll calls, then take their food, eat, and after eating, what they put on the ground, they will collect those, put in the dustbin. Again they stand in a row. When their roll calls, they wash their dish and return to the class. This is one student's activity. Another student is rush mode, ran and push and pull others, and went to the go to the um, suppliers, collect the MDM meal, eat. What he or she put on ground, cannot collect it, cannot put it into the dustbin. Then similarly with the indisciplined attitude, wash the dish, go to the classroom. Now you tell me whose behavior is better, whether student 1 or student 2? Anyone? Hello? को पिलार बिहेवियर भल अच्छी? अरे बुझी पाइलनी मु जहा कहली, जोड़े पिला थिले, मिड डे मील पाई बेल बाजिला, गोटे पिला पूरा लाइन छिड़ा हला, ता पाली पड़ियारू से मिल नेला खाइला, जहाँ सब चोपा फोपा तले पकईला खाई सारा पर कलेक्ट कला, डस्टबिन रे पकईला, हाथ धोइला, सिंपल आसिक बसिला बा खेलिला. अन्य गोटे पिला ठेला पेला करी दौड़ी आसी याकू ताकू ठेली ता खाद्य नेला खाइला, जहाँ खाई पड़ी सेमती तले जाइके हाथ धोइला, सेठी पुणी हाथ धोइला बेले ठेला पेला करिके आसिला. तले आइदर द स्टूडेंट 1 और स्टूडेंट 2, whose behavior is better? One. Why? Now he has a socio-personal quality, means maintains a discipline, gives respect to others. Suppose you are in the railway station, your row, when you reach in the ticket counter, 10 people are there, so you have to wait. When my roll comes at 11 number, serial number, then I will purchase the ticket. But most of the people are there, they came late, rush to collect the ticket earlier. So can we say they have socio-personal quality? No, they have no socio-personal quality. Socio means society, personal means व्यक्तित्व. तार व्यक्तित्वटी समाज पाई उपयोगी नुहे. He or she is not better than the wild animals. से भली लोक गुड़ाक बनर हिंस्र जंतु ठारू मध्य भल नुहंती. बुझिला? This is socio-personal quality. Some students are there. Some are taking care of the plants in the garden, but some are breaking the branches, plucking the leaves from the or plucking the flowers. किछि पिला प्लांट र जत्न नियंती, किछि पिला थांती ता डाला भांगी दउथिबे, पत्र छिंडे दउथिबे, फूल तोली दउथिबे. Who has better socio-personal quality? Who looks after the plants, who are not putting any harm to the plant. So all the activities should be organized to develop the socio-personal quality of the learners. It is another important thing. So what are the goal setting and objective specification? Under objective specification, hello, class रही. हाँ हाँ 7 ରୁ 9 मु कथा हेबी क्लास रे. So there is a goal or objective specifications are there. When curriculum is clearly formulated, it has 7 advantages. What are those? possibility of effective communication between teacher and student. When we develop the curriculum, the scope must be there how to develop an effective communication between teacher and student. Means student will ask, teachers will give the reply. Teachers will present some examples, any facts, students should listen it and try to understand it. Then we can say there is an effective communication between teacher and student. Means teacher can understand the student, student can understand the teacher. If they cannot understand to each other, then we cannot say there is an effective communication. Okay. Second one is facilitating a framework for selection of a course, selection of a course content and structure. So a framework must be selected. Why? Because to select the course content, what content will be in the course, and the structure must be framed, structure must be organized, show the direction to the most appropriate teaching learning method. So a teacher must follow the most appropriate teaching learning method or activity or any technique for the learner's achievement. In this context, teacher must have to show the direction, the way. That is also reflected in the curriculum. It really reveals the best way to evaluate, monitor, and assess the course. So, appropriate ways should be followed. Why? That to evaluate the curriculum, whether the curriculum is meant for the students or not, whether it is meaningful or not, whether it is valuable or not, and what transaction is there going on, that must have to be monitored and assessed. It helps teachers to think about the objectives and relate them to students' learning experience. So what curriculum is designed, that is based on the learner's experience, that is based on the learner's previous involvement. If the learner has knowledge, if the learner has previous experience, then it will be helpful for the learner to understand, to learn, and to think about it. This is the objective specification of the curriculum. Okay. Then another is, there are 5 fundamental issues which have to be carefully examined before developing the curriculum. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ curriculum develop କରୁଛେ as an educationist or teacher, these 5 fundamental issues should be kept in our mind. What are there? Educational purpose. ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ସିଲେକ୍ଟ କରିବି curriculum ରେ topic ବା area. ମୁଁ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବି what is its educational purpose, आर शैक्षिक उद्देश्य कौन, पिला एटा पढ़िले काम कले कौन से शिखिबो, केमिति ता दैनंदिन जीवन रे फ्यूचर रे या व्यवहार रे लागिबो, that is educational purpose. Second one is educational experiences that need to be provided to attain these purposes. Educational experiences. Effective organization, effective implementation, and evaluation. The first 3 points fall within domain of curriculum planning, while implementation and evaluation of curriculum belong to domain of curriculum management. What are the basic considerations in curriculum planning? Basic consideration means educational purpose that I discussed now. Under it, vision, image, result, everything, social relevance, okay, transformation, students' need and interest, any parameter, everything can be taken into consideration. Organization of educational experience means learning outcomes. Learning outcome is very much essential. It is the chief objective, how to develop the learning outcome of the learners. तम भितर के टीचर अच्छा कि सुप्रीत, गायत्री, सुशी, संगीता के टीचर अच्छा? एनीबॉडी?
sir.
सुप्रीत टीचर अच्छा? को स्कूल है अच्छा?
No, sir.
नहीं. अच्छा, गायत्री?
No, sir.
Yes, all right. Gayatri?
No, sir.
No. Sushi, Sangita?
No, sir.
No. So, have you any DLD training or B.Ed training? DLD बा B.Ed
ना,
करछो कि
sir.
के? के करना?
नहीं.
So, therefore, what is learning outcome? You must have to be understand. जो माने DLD कोर्स करिथिबे, B.Ed करिथिबे बा टीचर्स थिबे, learning outcomes are the statements on a particular subject and particular class. Suppose, think about the class 8 and subject mathematics. For class 8 students, National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCRT, had developed with the experts the learning outcome. Means, for class 8 students, what learning outcome they had to be achieved in mathematics. In 9th, there are another learning outcomes. 10th, another learning outcomes. Similarly, in English, in Hindi, in science, in geography, in history, in different subject, in different class, learning outcomes are separate. The class specific, subject specific learning outcome must be achieved by the students. When we can say they have achieved learning outcomes? When they understand it. How? Through constructive approach. They cannot remember it through rote learning. Ghosi ghosi mane rakhibeni. They will involve in group activity, pair activity or individual activity and use their past experience, understand it and can use in future in their day-to-day life also. Then we can say the students have achieved the learning outcome. So this is very important. Learning outcome. In this chapter, another important thing is scheme of study that we are saying syllabus, that is scheme of studies. Here is a model how to design a curriculum. If we think about the model how to design a curriculum, there are 5 models of curriculum: subject matter and discipline. This is one model. Specific competencies or technology, second one. Human traits and processes, social functions, individual needs and interest. Likewise, here are 5 types of models of curriculum design. Think about the first one, subject or discipline based model. Subject and discipline based means just I told you English. Suppose think about the arts discipline. College is college level arts discipline. Number of subjects are there in arts discipline: history, political science, economics, philosophy, psychology, education, anthropology, sociology, Sanskrit, ODI, alternative English, number of subjects are there. Specific competency model, human trait or process model, social functions and activities model, individual needs and interest model, foundational and applied course. These are the different types models. Another is curricular experience. Under this, input is must. If there is no input, there is no output. Emphasis is given students' active participation and involvement in different teaching learning activities so that they can participate, they can understand, they can use in future. So it is depend upon constructive approach. Curriculum transaction. How can a teacher transact the curriculum? So here in your page number 14, if you have the textbook or study material of IGNOU, you see page number 14, there is a diagram. Student centered, above is organization, this is management of learning. In different ways, there is tutoring, teaching learning style, learning resources, learning environment, external relations, recording achievement. These are interrelated to each other. You see the diagram in page number 14. प्रत्येक interrelated. Role of teacher in curriculum planning. What is the role of a teacher in curriculum planning? Who can say? Is କହିପାରିବ କି? What is the role of a teacher in curriculum planning? Can you say? Hello. What is the role of a teacher? You see, the role of teacher is very important because the experts design the curriculum. But really, who transacts it? Teacher transacts it. अरे एक्सपर्ट माने सिना करिकुलम टा डिजाइन कर देले करिकुलम टा क्लासरूम कॉन्टेक्स्ट रे के ट्रांजैक्ट करूची टीचर ट्रांजैक्ट्स द करिकुलम ओके so another is the role of national and state level bodies. National bodies is UGC, National Council of Higher Education, NCHE, State Council of Higher Education, national level statutory bodies like AICT, ICAR, ICMR, IMC, National Council, NCT. These are the statutory bodies, national level statutory bodies. These are preparing the curriculum. Okay, so this is all about unit 12. 12 or 13. Which unit is this? Who can say? 13. This is all about unit 13. Then unit 14. Unit 14 is about curriculum development. Unit 14 is about curriculum development. Just I am sharing. Okay, 1 minute. I am sharing. You see, here is whether visible the page. Unit 14 is about curriculum development. Steps in curriculum development. What are the steps we have to be followed while developing curriculum? Goal specification, Under it, identification and specification of instructional objectives. Second stage is planning. Under it, writing outlines, specification of scope, content sequence, selection of teaching learning strategies, identification of reading and reference materials. Third stage is validation, evaluation by expert bodies. Field testing is known as determination optimal conditions of program. Use study links with our classrooms, institutional operations. Fifth one is quality control, refine curriculum for larger adaptation. So goal specification is a stage, planning is a second stage, validation is the third stage, field testing is fourth stage, fifth stage is quality control. So these are the different stages of curriculum planning. Then mechanics of curriculum development. What mechanics? While we are developing curriculum, the experts committee must be formed, experts must be invited, and they have to made it with the workshop mode. Then it will be more effective. Under it, course formulation, form and substance of the course is subject teachers and experts. Examining the form and substance of the course from the disciplinary angle, board of studies. Examining the relevance and placement of the course in an interdisciplinary perspective, faculty. Examining the board policy implementation, academic council or council of postgraduate studies. Okay, these are the process. This process should be followed. Then freedom and autonomy of course specification. So in NEP 2020, students have given optimum of very important freedom. They can opt different subjects. There is no science, arts, commerce. Any subject they can opt and read, then they can got a degree. That is the autonomy. So similarly, the institution must enjoy the autonomy. Otherwise, they cannot work effectively. Another is specification of weight, specification of time, nature of activities, specification of credits. Okay, are the very important objectives. Here, under objectives is knowledge and comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis. Methodology of transaction is there. Lecture method, library, problem solving method, project method, group discussion, project work, project method, assignment. Methodology of assessment is paper pencil test, assessment the product of the process and accuracy of and speed, assess product of group work, paper pencil test, individual work, group work and paper pencil test. These are the different objectives. Continuous comprehensive evaluation. Who can say what is continuous comprehensive evaluation? Anybody? Who can say what is continuous comprehensive evaluation? Oh, listen. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation has a number of silent features. What are they? One is focus on holistic development. If there is focus on holistic development, then we can say that is continuous comprehensive evaluation. In short form, it is CCE. Use of variety of tools and techniques. In generally, the teachers are using the question and examination technique, but CC says no, this only tool and technique cannot be used. You can use the observation schedule, interview schedule, checklist, rating scale. That is important. So, variety of tools and techniques are to be used. Third one is involvement of all stakeholders. Not only the teacher will evaluate, student himself or herself evaluate, peer also evaluates, other teachers evaluates, parents are evaluating and neighbors are also evaluating. Continuous process of evaluation, comprehensive learning, these are the silent features. Key concepts in a curriculum continuous comprehensive evaluation. that is integration, continuity, comprehensiveness, cooperation, criterion reference, diagnosis, and feedback. These are the steps. Okay. Another is reading and reference materials, development, try out curricular material, institutionalism of the curriculum renewal process. These are all about unit 14. ଆଉ କିଛି ନାହିଁ, unit 14 ଏତିକି ଅଛି. Then unit 15. One minute रे back करूची. 1 minute रे back करूची. Okay. Okay. So this is curriculum transaction. So preparation is over. Curriculum preparation is over. But curriculum transaction is another important aspect of teaching learning process. What we prepare, how can we transact it? One is organizing curricular content. Before transaction, a teacher must have to think about what are the contents. So that is course organization. In Indian universities, teachers are usually given different courses to teach, and this leads to a situation where integration of the course is not ensured. In our country, in India, teachers are just referring the book and give the teaching to the students. Okay. But this leads to the situation where integration of the course is not ensured. So always a teacher must give focus on integration of the course. Integration of the course, very important word is integration. Another is establishing the objective of the course guides. The first step is to analyze the content for establishing the objectives we want to achieve our students. Suppose instructional objectives of the course educational technology is students will become skillful in using appropriate technology like use radio, television, computer or any other apps. While teaching learning activities are organizing, that knowledge, that content knowledge is essential. The teacher must have to learn, know and use before the students so that the students can understand and do this. Another is organizing. After content knowledge, the facts, the concepts, the generalizations are to be organized in an effective manner. Similarly, concept is very important. Concept means the meaning. One must have to understand. If once you understand, If you have high level of a concept, then it will help you forever. So timeless effort must be there. Without time, without devotion, you cannot achieve. Generalization is another important. Under this, we can think about what are the objectives of this course, which of the assimilated facts seem the most relevant and accurate, and how to students learn to infer and predict their generalizations. These are all about it. Aspects of designing units. Then content, then designing the unit. And under different unit, scope, focus and sequence must be given importance. What is the scope? Parisarata kon achi? କାହା ଉପରେ ବେଶୀ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦିଆଯାଇଛି କୋଉ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଫୋକସ୍ ଇଜ ଦ ଭେରି ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଇଜ ଅନ୍ ଫୋକସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସିକ୍ୱେନ୍ସ one after another that should be maintained sequentially it should be maintained mane rakho eta sequence must be maintained. So these are the different steps. Then you may go through topical organizers, conceptual organizer, lifelong learning, flexibility and construction. Two things are there. If you want to become lifelong learning, you should think about two sub-concepts like flexibility and construction. Flexibility means reading memory, time management, learning styles, that's come under flexibility. Construction means research, referencing, essay, writing, filing, bibliography. These are come under construction. Okay. Then another case study. Case study, under case study, orientation to learning is there, input is there, instructional strategy are there, activities are there, students' response is there, students' involvement is there, community participation, teachers' guru daitya responsibility. So all are known as, all are come under this transaction, curriculum transaction. Then we can expect for better output. So there are three domains are there. One is cognitive domain, second one is the affective domain, third one is psychomotor domain. So cognitive domain relates to knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. It is the Bloom's taxonomy. In the year 1956, Benjamin Bloom developed this. But after few years, it has changed as revised Bloom's taxonomy, like create, then understand, then apply, then analyze, evaluate, and create. Remember, first one is remember, last one is create. Okay. So this is all about. Under affective domain, we can say receiving, responding, valuing, organizing, characterizing of the values. Under psychomotor domain, we can think about what? Psychomotor domain, that is physical movement, coordination, use of motor skill, distance, procedure, techniques of execution. These are common psychomotor domain. So these are the three domains. Teacher as a curriculum practitioner, because teacher is the manager of the classroom activities. So all the curriculum transaction is done by the teacher. Teacher must have to create the learning environment. Teacher must have to develop human relations between teacher and student, teacher, headmaster, teacher, student, parents and teachers, students and parents. These are the learning environment. Teacher think about self-learning and develop this practice in between the students, how to develop this self-learning habit. And then this is all about unit. This is all about unit 15. Last unit is 16. You see, this is last unit, that is 16. curriculum evaluation, curriculum design, curriculum transaction, last one is curriculum evaluation. It is very important. Curriculum evaluation defined, just I am sharing it. It is very important, just I am going to sharing it. Just I am sharing it. 1 minute. Is it visible now? Hello, is it visible now? You see, what is this? Curriculum evaluation defined. The bottom is students and curriculum. Top is teachers. So when we think about curriculum, here is curriculum and it is related to teachers and students, both. Because as per curriculum, teachers transaction, teachers example, teachers activities is depend upon the curriculum, and students learning is also depend upon the curriculum. This is the diagram, curriculum evaluation definition. Similarly, stage, goal specific, planning, validation, field testing, regular monitoring is essential. Need of evaluation we can discuss to improve an existing program, to examine the impact of the program, overall validation of the program, collecting evidence by the teacher or self-evaluation. Sources of evaluation is, this is all about sources of evaluation, professional evaluators, aspects of evaluation, goals and objectives. Okay. Under content, process, outcome and expectations, linkage, assessment, references, obtaining evaluative information. So these are come under what? Evaluation of the curriculum. Participatory program evaluation and its characteristics. Under this, different processes are to be followed using evaluative information. So there is not so enough in these modules. It is very easy to you very understand. जहाँ जहाँ मॉड्यूल अच्छी एथिरे एते किछि डिफिकल्ट नहीं. You can go through it. If any doubt, you may ask over telephone.